Hey guys, have you ever thought of a situation that you are at your office and you don't want anyone to enter in your room, and if somebody is trying to enter in your room, then a notification should come on your email or maybe your phone number. So if you're looking for something like this, then this is the video for you guys. Hey guys, this video is sponsored by hostinger.com. If you are looking for affordable and professional hosting services, then this is the company to go with. So if you choose the Hostinger as the hosting provider, then you will get the free email accounts, FTP account, WordPress support, minimum downtime with the real-time support. And this is the reason why I'm using hostinger.com as my hosting provider for my personal website. Currently, hostinger.com is offering the 91% of discount due to the Black Friday sale. So grab your deal now, link is given in the description below. So guys, for doing that we have the three single board computer. First one is the Raspberry Pi 0W and second one is Banana Pi 0, and then we also have Orange Pi 0W. As you can see guys, we have the micro USB port and mini HDMI port in the Banana Pi and the Raspberry Pi 0W. So I just don't want to make this setup complex by adding another USB converter. So just to avoid that, for this particular video, I'm gonna make the use of a single board computer called Orange Pi 0. So here you can see guys, we have Orange Pi 0 and this Orange Pi is actually having the full-fledged Ethernet port, and that thing is actually not present in Raspberry Pi and the Banana Pi 0. So if you want to make the use of Ethernet port in the Raspberry Pi 0W and Banana Pi, then you will have to make the use of micro USB to Ethernet converter. And if you want to buy such Ethernet converter, then the link to buy that Ethernet converter is given in the description below. So in this Orange Pi 0, I don't have to make the use of any sort of converter because of the fact this board does have the full size Ethernet, and then it also have the full size USB 2.0. So I will be able to make the use of my USB camera module. I will plug that USB camera module straight into this USB port, and then for giving it the network connectivity, I will make the use of the LAN cable. And don't forget guys, this Orange Pi 0 also have the Wi-Fi in it. So if you want to make this CCTV camera wireless, then you will also be able to do that. All you have to do is do some configuration into the Motion iOS. As soon as you will make those configuration changes, you will be able to use this single board computer and that USB camera module as a smart CCTV camera. So here you can see guys, we also have the 2 GB of SD card. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug in that SD card straight into my card reader. And guys, here you can see my Windows 10 desktop, and it does have one image called Motion iOS Orange Pi 0, and this is the latest image of Motion iOS. So what you have to do is to just plug in that SD card into your Windows 10 PC, and then after that you will have to run a tool called Balena Etcher, and that tool will actually flash that Motion iOS image onto that SD card. And for your information guys, this image is just of 40 megabytes, so you don't have to download 1 GB or 2 GB full-fledged operating system just to enable the Motion iOS. So as soon as you will be able to flash that Motion iOS operating system onto that 2 GB SD card, after that you will have to plug in that SD card into the Orange Pi 0. Now I'm gonna plug in that Ethernet cable that is coming out from my router. You can make the use of any sort of plug and play USB camera module for this. Now the last thing that we have to do is to just give the power to this Orange Pi 0. And as soon as you will give the power, you will be able to see a light blinking on the Orange Pi 0, and then you will also be able to see orange and green light blinking in the Ethernet port of Orange Pi 0. Now right after that, your Orange Pi 0 must have taken the IP address from the router. So for that reason, what I will do is I will open up my Google Chrome, and then I will type in here the router configuration page IP address. I will log in into my router configuration page, And here you can see guys, these are the 4 devices on my router. And here you can see guys, we have Motion iOS, and IP address of my Orange Pi is 192.168.1.12, which is actually running the Motion iOS. Now I'm gonna just open that IP address into the next window. So as soon as you will type in here the IP address of your Motion iOS, you will be able to see the prompt for the username. By default the username is admin and the password is blank. So just click on login. Now here you can see guys, we have one camera module attached to the Orange Pi 0, and just because of that we are able to see that image. Now what I am going to do is we will set up this camera module with the Orange Pi 0 to actually send the notification on some sort of motion into my room. So for that what I will do is I will simply click on these 3 dots, and here we have these configuration preferences. Under the preferences everything is fine, we don't have to change anything. Under the general settings, if you want to change the password of this admin login page, then you will be able to do it from here. Now the time zone is GMT. For me the time zone will be Asia Kolkata. Now from here you also have to select the camera 1. So as soon as you will select the camera 1, you will be able to see some other options as well, like video devices and things like that. But for now let's just check the network settings. And here you can see guys, you can actually enable the wireless network on this. So as soon as you will click on wireless network, it will actually enable the connection with your wireless network, and as soon as your Motion iOS starts, it will actually connect the operating system, or you can say the Orange Pi, directly to the Wi-Fi router. So for now I'm not gonna use this feature. If you want to use it, then all you have to do is to just click on and you will be asked SSID, which is basically the road ruler or whatever the name of your Wi-Fi, and then you will also have to specify the password. But now I'm just making the use of static configuration. Here you can see guys, this is the manual static configuration that I'm using. I'm gonna specify a different IP address, which is 192.168.1.120. I will have to set this static IP configuration, because if I will not do it, then if my Orange Pi gets reboot, then it will actually take a different IP address, and every time I will have to run the network scan to find out the IP address of my Motion iOS. So I will have to specify the static IP address here, so that I do not have to run the static scan for my Orange Pi, or you can say Motion iOS. Now here we need to specify the network mask, and then we have the default gateway. So all this configuration is fine for me. Then we have the expert settings, and if you are looking for some sort of logs, then all these logs are also given in here. Now there is video resolution as well. I will set this to 1280 by 720 and frame rate to be at 20 fps. I hope my Orange Pi 0 will not burn after this. And then we have the file storage. Here you can specify the custom path, and if you want to specify a network share, then you will also be able to do it. So if you remember guys, in the previous video we have talked about network file system, like how you can set up the network file system using, you can actually take the help of that video, and you will be able to have your own net file system, and you can put that path here, and your camera will not actually need any physical storage. It will be able to write all the data on that network file system. So right now my network file system is not actually turned on, so I will not make the use of any network file system, but if you have any, then you can definitely make the use of that thing. Now if you want to see the video streaming, then you will be able to see it on the port 8081. So let me quickly show you guys, 192.168.12, and then we have to specify the port number. As soon as you will head over to this IP address and port number, then you will be able to see the video streaming, and that is basically coming out from Motion iOS running on Orange Pi 0. The only thing that I will change in the motion detection is basically the motion gap. So the motion gap is actually explained here, sets the number of settings of silence, no motion, that mark the end of the motion event. Okay, so the 60 seconds is sufficient. Now let me just head over to the next settings, and that is basically the motion notifications. So here you can see guys, you can set up the motion notification. Say for example, if someone is trying to enter in your room, then as soon as they will come under the camera, you will receive the email on your email address. So you can set this up from here itself. What you have to do is to just type in here the email address, then you need to specify the SMTP server, and that SMTP server is of Gmail, and I'm also making the use of Gmail address. And if you are using the port number 587, then don't forget to enable the use TLS. Now as soon as I will click on test email, and here you can see guys, notification email succeeded. You might not be able to send the notifications, so if you are getting any sort of error, then what you will have to do is to just head over to the link given in the description below. Let me quickly show you. This is the link on which you will have to visit, and here you can see guys, this is the follower is gonna follow email address, and from here you need to enable allow less secure apps on. So just click on this, and once it will get blue, then you will be able to send the email notification from Motion iOS. Now the last thing is working schedule. Say for example, if you are working in your office from Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., then you can enable your Motion iOS between that time only, and you don't want to enable this on Saturdays and Sunday. All these things you can do under the working schedule. Let me just enable on Monday from 10 a.m. Similarly, you can do it for Tuesday. For now, I'm just enabling for Monday and then for Saturday, because today is Saturday and it should be on, and it should be able to send the notification just for the demonstration of this video. Okay, so I'm just gonna enable it from 00 all the way to 2330. Now detect motion during working schedule. This should be here. Now we have made all these changes. Now all we have to do is to just click on apply. Since we have done all the configuration into the Motion iOS that we wanted to do. So now our streaming and the capturing resolution might have been changed to 1280 by 720. Let's check this out. And the port number was 8081. So 8081, hit enter. And here you can see guys, resolution has been changed to 1280 by 720. So now I want to test out the email notification. For that, what I will do is, first of all, I will have to log in into my email just to show you that I don't have any emails from the Motion iOS. For now, here you can see guys, into my email account, I don't have any email from Motion iOS. So now what I will do is, I will do some motion in front of that camera. So let's try to do it, and we should be able to receive the email notification onto my email address. Let's just turn on the light. Now I should be able to receive the email notification onto my email address. And here you can see guys, motion has been detected by the camera, and here we have the time as well. This is basically the time zone in UTC. If you have set the time zone to Asia Kolkata, then you will also be able to see that time according to your time zone into that email as well. Now this is basically the location of your image file. Log into the backend. For now we have not rebooted our Orange Pi, that's why it has that old IP address, that is 192.168.1.12. Now I'm gonna log in with the credential admin, and it will straightforward take me to the server. Now here you can see guys, this is the output directory where my files are saving. So I'm just gonna copy this path and paste in here, and this is basically directory for all the images that has been captured on 26th October. So here you can see guys, these are all the MP4 videos with the thumbnail as well. So that's how you can make a smart CCTV camera that will send the notification to your email address in your absence. Thanks for watching this video guys. I will see you in the next one.